Hey, 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 happy Friday, everybody. It is the 17th of January. So each and every one of you are doing well. So a lot of messages are coming through. And as I go over a lot of these messages, they're coming through in a way that sounds a lot like me. And when things sound more like you, we have a tendency to kind of wrestle with it by ignoring it easily. I don't need to do that, or oh, that was just a thought. It came and it went. Much of which is for me to learn my own lessons and to know that my divine higher self and I are merged as one. So we speak and talk and feel and see and sense as one. And so there hasn't been a big need for me to get on here to share information. However, in the last few weeks, I've been getting a lot of I backed my car into a parking space and I was parked next to my nephew. I'm like, I wonder if I should push my car back just a little further. And my human was like, no, you're fine. You're so far away. You're fine. And by the end of the evening, my nephew got into his big vehicle and ran right into mine. Got a message, didn't I? The other night, I was laying in bed, just about to fall asleep. And I remembered I had a space heater on in the downstairs lower room. It runs. It just runs off and on. It gets turned on and turned off. But this one was a newer one working in conjunction with an older one. So as I got the message, there was part of me that was like, nah, roll over. But next thing I know, my feet were on the ground. So I walked downstairs. I flipped one off. I walked over to the other and I pushed the power button and it wouldn't turn off. I'm like, come on, it's late. So I unplugged it. When I unplugged it, the actual plug was hot. When I touched the prongs, they just about burnt me. And in that instant, I was like, you're supposed to be listening. So I'm glad that I did. So needless to say, that new heater got packed up quickly with a note, this is a fire hazard. So as we're getting a lot of messages, we have to understand that they may sound a lot like us. And so don't wrestle with them. Sit there and go, what is that sharing with me? What is that telling me? And what action is required of me? Now, I've been into this phase where I've been telling everyone for quite some time that it's up to us. It's up to you as an individual to make all the necessary changes physically, mentally, spiritually, etherically, and emotionally. It's up to us to individually make those changes to become part of the collective. So as each one of us calibrate and allow ourselves to merge, purify, and blend and become one, we become a stronger source creator. And so in listening to all of these things that have been going on, we have to just do it all throughout our daily activities. Today I happened to be at the mall and I need to stop for some stockings for an event. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to quickly grab a bite. What's the cleanest bite in this joint I could just get quick? So I went for a plain hamburger. And so I got in the car and I ate half of it and I was like, ugh. And then I was like, bless this food that may it nourish my body and discard the rest very quickly. And may I bless the hands that prepared this food for me, even though they may not knoweth what they were preparing. Yeah, that's how my humor works. So the point was, I blessed all those hands, even though they may have no idea. They were flipping burgers, throwing them on a bun, handing them out. quickly. It's part of their $20 an hour job, and there's just no real thought going into it. It's a conveyor belt process. But I wanted to bless their hands, even though they may not know what they were preparing. And then I wanted to take that blessing and place it through my mouth into my body so that I ingested and digested in a way that was for my higher good, period. So as we go throughout our day, we have to understand that we've got to be a clear healing anchor, a clear channel for the messages that are coming through. And there's something that I said this morning because I have to go to an event tonight, and it's with a lot of people I don't know, and I haven't done something like this in a long time. So this is something that came through that I jotted down hours later from what I remember of it, because lots of times, again, they bring things so clear to me, and I'm like, oh gosh, everyone should know that. And in 5 minutes, zip, it's gone. I cannot remember it to save my life. So I'm going to read this to you, and then I'm going to tell you a little something else. Okay? So I was saying, I am filled with source light. I activate and emanate pure source light. From the flame within, I send the light on my pathway, eradicating all that doesn't serve me, because my light brightens the way for my individual path, and perhaps for the path of those that are around me. So I am the light bearer, the beacon, and the bringer of light. So I'm not there to put out anyone else's flame or to make anyone else shine brighter. I'm there to be a solid anchor and a fulcrum for the source light in which I carry, because that is my responsibility. So it brings me to something that came up the other night when I was trying to go to sleep, on a different night, not the same night of the heater. And it was like, are you ready to step up? If you're ready to step up, you're ready to step in to the role of your soul. So you can step into the role of your soul, but you've got to step up. Take responsibility, take accountability, take actions from within and without that emanate God's source light. And what you choose to be with that light as oneness that includes not only your physical, your mental, your emotional, your etheric, your spiritual body. It houses all the DNA of everything that you are. So, source creator of all that is that I am. I am light. I am you. I am all of you listening. You are all of me listening. We are all DNA of each other, created by this divine source light being, some call God, Spirit, whatever you choose to call it. So if we're ready and we want to step in, we've got to step up and live the role of our soul. And that is our mission here, is to wake up, to become a living, breathing, walking, divine breath of source light, living the example of the role of our soul. And the role of our soul is listening every single day and is willing to bob and weave and twist and turn in whatever direction we're being called without question, because it's a feeling of confirmation. And as those poles have shifted completely now and they're solidly anchored, this used to be primary. This is now secondary. This is primary. This is primary. So we're ascending into this high heart, and we're stepping in and stepping up, taking responsibility to live the role of our soul. I am living the role of my soul. I step back, I observe, I listen, I tune in. I stay in a vibrational frequency that keeps me uplifted. And if I'm around a lot of Debbie Downers and all the other things of woe's me, suspicious life, something's coming, especially with this weekend of what's happening in the United States, especially in DC, and who lives right smack dab in it? Me. So everybody's posting out all these, oh, that's going to happen, that's going to... Shh. You're feeding that timeline, that tightrope, that vibration. So if we all know that our thoughts can collaborate and bring things up, they can also collaborate and bring things down. So figure out in your pathways, what is the role of your soul? And begin to play with that. You can't do anything wrong. It's just figuring out places of comfortability that may change on a daily basis, but that feeling that tells you you're in gear, that you're set, that you're strengthened, that you're strong, that's one of your barometers. And your body and all of its inhabitants will calibrate and regulate and self-regulate as it needs to, especially if you're listening. And you can activate your light, your beacon, and bring the light every single time you set your intention and you acknowledge it. You activate it. And in those activations, the role of your soul will start to show you through feelings, through thoughts, through different things that you use in your sensories and things that may feel like new sensories. Your thought process may change, things may change because they are calibrating to the energies that are here. Because everything else been cleared out, friends. And many of us are feeling it, but we're overriding it by the clouds of the atmosphere in our current surroundings that says there's a lot of chaos and there's a lot of polarity. And it's abnormal not to think that there isn't evil or darkness trying to trip you up, but that shit is gone, friends. The only one tripping you up is yourself. So again, stop, drop, sit. Connect with thy breath. Take multiple breaths until you can bring it all in. Ignite the flame by commanding it so. And then see, sense, and feel the pathways in which the role of your soul is about to take. As a life coach, hypnosis, massage, aesthetics, zone technique, breath coach, trauma coach, I see it all, I do it all. If you need any help, we can do it via Zoom. You don't have to be in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area. If you are, you're welcome to come see me. All right? Please like, subscribe, and share. And let's start taking individual responsibility and setting standards for the role of our soul so that we can bring the light up within self. Be a bearer of that, be a beacon of that, and then bring it. All right? embodimentofthesoul.com. Let me know if you all need any assistance. Much love. Bye.